right, multiplying mixed numbers. Let's get a piece of paper, get it set up. So yesterday we multiplied fractions. This is just a specific type of fraction. Remember, a mixed number is where we have that whole number in front. This is number 23. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't realize I'd moved that where we couldn't see it. There we go. There are 3 steps when we're multiplying mixed numbers. So versus the regular, when we were just multiplying like whole numbers and regular fractions, we would simplify, then we would multiply and get our answer, correct? We're just going to add one more step. Here's the thing, guys. With a mixed number, you can't do whole numbers times whole numbers. Remember yesterday, even when we had a whole number, we had to put it over 1, correct? So if we're doing a whole number with a fraction, somehow we have to make it like 5 over 1. That's technically improper, isn't it? Because I have a big number on top. 33 over 1, that's improper. So even though you didn't realize it when you had the whole number, you were making it an improper fraction. When I have a mixed number, we also want to make it, so we're going to change to improper. If it's not a mixed number or a whole number, do I need to change it? No, if it's a regular fraction like 2/3 or 5/8, we just leave it like that. But if it's a mixed number, the first thing you're going to do is change it to improper. Then we're going to simplify. Remember, we've talked about how it's easier to simplify in our work because the numbers are small than trying to do it at the end. And then the last thing we're going to do is multiply. All right, so we're going to look at number 1 together. We're going to do 2 and 4/6 times 3 and 3/10. All right, I do not want you working ahead. Please do not work ahead of me. All right, you'll have plenty of time to work on your own on the homework, plenty of practice problems. But right now, I do not want you working ahead. Step 1 says to change it to improper. All right, raise your hand if you need some more time copying before I start working this. So, okay, that's fine. I was like, it's quite a few people, so I'm going to slow my roll. Wait for us to all catch up. I just get so excited about multiplying fractions. I don't know. It really is one of my favorite things. I know that sounds like super dorky. It's super easy, and I love it because it's so easy. It's my favorite. I kind of agree because your numbers don't get big. You can make them smaller with fractions. With regular multiplying, if they're big, you're stuck multiplying big stuff. All right, raise your hand if you need some more time. We're good now? Okay. All right, so the first thing it says to do is change it to improper. All right, so this is something some of us are familiar with. All right, some of us are like, I don't remember doing that. Okay, we're going to do it together right now. All right, the way that I like to do it is by creating a backwards C. So like normally when you write a C, you go from top to bottom, right? Like that's the typical way. Like some people might write differently. But the typical way that people write a C is by starting from the top and going to the bottom. We're going to go backwards. I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to work my way to the top, creating a backwards C. And what I'm going to do, guys, so I want you to think about this for a second. We're going from mixed to improper. Typically, we go from improper to mixed. What operation was I doing when I was making it a mixed number? What did I have to do to make it a mixed number? Raise your hand, Locke. Right, not right now. When I was making a mixed number, like if I had 33 over 5, what would I have to do? I'd have to divide, correct? And then in that division, I subtract. We're basically doing all of the opposites right now. So I'm going to make my backwards C by multiplying first. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 2. What's 6 times 2? 12, okay? So now we're thinking about that 12 that we just got. And now I'm going to finish out my C. And we're going to add the 40. Y'all see how I just kind of did a backwards C there? Are y'all seeing where I'm getting the backwards C description? Okay. So 6 times 2 is 12 plus 4 is 16 over 6 times. We've got to do the same thing to the other one. So we're going to do the backwards C. 10 times 3 10 times 3 is 30. And then we're going to do plus the other 3 is 13 over 33, right? Sorry, if I can do math, that would help. 33 over 10. Okay? Raise your hand if you see something that can simplify. Does anyone see anything that'll simplify? Zach?
16 to 11.
Okay, you mean 6 and 33? 6 and 33? Now, I knew where you were going. You were just plugging in that answer already. All right, so do we all agree 6 and 33 will simplify? What number can I use to simplify 6 and 33? Daniela? 3. So we're going to divide. 6 divided by 3 is 3. Is 2, obviously, is 2. If I could divide, that would be helpful. 6 divided by 3 is definitely 2. Magic, exactly. Who knew you were going to get a magic show in math? Wouldn't happen if your teacher could divide correctly. All right, so 6 divided by 3 is actually 2. If I wrote the right number, that would be helpful. And 33 divided by 3 is 11. Y'all make sure I write the correct thing this time. Are we good? All right, anything else that'll simplify? Anything else? Hannah?
16 and 10 by 2.
You can do 16 and 10 by 2. Guys, you could also do 16 and 2 by 2. Because that's on the top and that's on the bottom, correct? So you could do 16 and 2. Let's stop tapping, please. Or you can do 16 and 10. Can I do 2 and 10?
No.
No, because they're both on the bottom. Excellent. So it's up to you. I'm going to do 16 and 10, dividing them by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 10 divided by 2 is
5.
5. All right. Is there anything else that can simplify here? Mateo? The 8 and the 2. So do y'all see how I still ended up doing that too? All right. If I had done 16 and 2, I would be doing the 8 and the 10 right now. So either way, you're going to get those same numbers, okay? So 8 and 2, what number can go into those? 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 divided by 2 is 1. All right. Will anything else simplify? No, okay, so now we're ready to multiply. Guys, you see, I like having my lined paper because I have more space to go from side to side. All right, now what's clearly left on the top here? 4 times 11 is 44. And on the bottom, 1 times 5 is 5. Can I leave that as 44 over 5?
No.
No, what am I going to make that? Raise your hand, please. Chandler?
8 and 4.
All right, 8 and 4/5. So 5 goes into 44 8 times, which gives me 40. So I still have 4 left over. So we get 8 and 4/5. Are there any questions on where I got any of those numbers from? Was everyone okay with where the 16 over 6 came from in the very beginning? Any questions on where the 8 came from? All right, let's look at number 2 then. We have 4 problems that we're going to do together today, unless I decide that we need to add some more to it. All right, 4/7 times 5 and 2 8. Oh, yes, there we go. Is that better? A million. Right. You will get it in your hand in just a minute. It seems like they're taking a long time, but it's honestly just because we're working them together. It takes longer than when you do it on your own. All right. I worked for about 5 minutes on the homework. I have 4 problems left. All right, now I don't expect you to do it that quickly, but it really won't take you as long as you're thinking. All right, and we have this copied down? All right, so 4/7. Do I need to do anything to 4/7? No, so I'm just going to leave 4/7 times. What does 5 and 2 8 need to change to? What is that going to change to? Sarah Page? And that's going to be? I asked Sarah Page, please. 42 over 8. So we did 8 times 5 and got 40, plus the 2 is 42 over 8. I'm going to pause here and make sure, do we have any questions about that problem?
No.
Okay, what can simplify? What can simplify? Dylan. 7 and 42. What number can go into those? 7 will go into 7 once. 7 will go into 42 6 times. Okay. What else can simplify here? Diesel.
4 and 8.
The 4 and the 8. What number can I divide those by? 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. What else can simplify here? McKenna? 6 and 2. By 2. 2 will go into 6. 3 times. 2 will go into 2. Once. Did I actually write the correct number this time when I did the 6? All right. So when I multiply these, guys, these are getting, they look like they're crazy hard, but then when you get all the simplifying done, they're super easy. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. And what is 3 over 1 the same as?
2 and 1. No.
1 will go into 3 times, and there's nothing left over. So that's it. Yes, Logan?
Like last time, like yesterday, you told us like you can't do like what you're doing right now.
What do you mean?
Like you can't just like go like down here like in the line. You have to do it like that or that.
All right, I told you that they have to be on the top and the bottom. I told you that they can't both be on the bottom and they can't both be on the top. When I'm doing that 6 and the 2, is one on the top and one on the bottom? Yes. So that's what I was saying. So I'm sorry if that threw us off.
But yeah, that kind of threw me off because like, I was like, wait, you just told us not to do that yesterday.
So I didn't say that they couldn't be in the same fraction. I said that they couldn't be on the same level. So I can't have them both on the bottom or both on the top. Does that clarify that? Does that make a little bit more sense? Okay. Luke?
Can I go to the nurse? I need to check my medicine.
Yes. Yes.
Would it be possible to simplify 4 7s and 5 and 2 8s and 40?
All right, so 4 7s will not simplify, but guys, the reason that we're simplifying so much, look here, can 2 8 simplify? Yeah, so if you want to simplify this before you change it, you can. Would 4 6 have simplified? Yeah. So if I wanted to simplify this at the very beginning, I could, and then I'd still have some simplifying to do in the problem. Okay, good question. All right, good question as well, Logan. All right, are there any other questions? All right, let's look at number 3. Y'all are doing an awesome job today. Number 3, I have 7 and 1/5 times 10 and 5/6. I'm going to move this up some because I'll end up not showing my work on the screen well. Okay, so this one, will anything here simplify in the problem? No, so I should anticipate that I might not have to simplify as much when I'm doing my math here, all right? What is 7 and 1/5 going to change to? Someone over on this side of the room. Someone over here that I haven't called on yet. Emma. 36 over 5. So we did 5 times 7, 35 plus 1 is 36. Times, what is my other fraction going to end up being, Grace? 65 over 6. So we did 6 times 10 is 60, plus 5 is 65. Okay. All right, so looking at this problem, can I simplify anything? So just because it didn't simplify in the problem, we might still be able to. Dylan?
5 and 65.
5 and 65. What number can go into both of those? 5. 5 divided by 5 is? 1. 65 divided by 5 is? 13. Excellent. All right, what else can simplify here? Abby?
6 and 36.
6 and 36. What number can go into those? 6. 6 divided by 6 is? 1. And 36 divided by 6 is?
6.
Can anything else simplify?
Nope.
Nope. All right, and that's a clear indication because all that's on the bottom is 1s. So we know we're done. All right, so 6 times 13. Logan. 78 over 1, which is really just 78. All right, last one that we're going to do together, number 4. 1.5 times 2 and 1/6 times 1 and 1/5. Yes, Liz.
Is there going to be problems like that on homework?
There's only 3. Questions, Jacob? Jacob, change the first fraction for me. What's it going to be? 3 over 2. What's my second fraction going to be? Lila? 13/6. And what's my third fraction going to be, Mateo?
My third fraction is going to be 6/5.
6/5. All right, I want to pause here. Pausing here. All right, guys, please remember when you're simplifying, you can only do a pair. So, like, even if 2 will go into, like, 3 different numbers, I can only do 1 top and 1 bottom at a time.
Why is there 3
Because that's this problem. Because we had 3 mixed numbers here. Okay. All right, so does anyone see 2 numbers that will simplify here? Alexandra? 2 and 6. So I have this 2 on the bottom and I have a 6 on the top. We're going to do the 2 and the 6. What I would point out, do y'all see I have a 6 and a 6? This would simplify faster because I can do 6 into 6 and 6 into 6. We're going to do the 2 though just to show what that would look like. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right? Do we see anything else in this problem that will simplify? You notice I only did those 2 numbers. Anything else, Jenny? So I have 6 and 3. Now, guys, I can choose to do the 6 here and the first 3, or the 6 and the second 3. I cannot do both because we can only do 1 top and 1 bottom, okay? So you can choose it. It won't matter. All right, so I'm going to do 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. All right, are there any other numbers that can simplify? All right, Chandler? Yes.
Can you do the top numbers now?
All right, I didn't do the 2 top numbers. I did this 6 and this 3. I did this 2 and this 6. I'm doing top and bottom. The difference here is that I have multiple top numbers to look at. Does that make sense? Am I doing a top and a top together, though? No, it's still going top to bottom, okay? All right, good question. Any other questions? All right, so now when we multiply, 1 times 13 is 13. 13 times 3 is 39. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. How many times will 10 go into 39? What? 3 with 9 left over. Guys, technically I could have multiplied all of those on the top to start with and simplified everything at the very end. Again, if we simplify when the numbers are small, our simplifying is easier. Okay. Do we have any questions about number 4? All right. Bill and Taylor, I know y'all weren't here yesterday. Are there any questions about how we're simplifying? Anything on the top can go with anything on the bottom, but they have to be opposites. All right, so I'm going to pass out our homework.